Hi, welcome back to the In Between. Today I want to talk about curiosity. If you've listened to a number of these videos, you've heard me talk about curiosity already. It is one of the most underestimated postures to take during times of personal growth and change, where judgment slams the door shut. And of course, judgment is a reaction from our minds. Curiosity opens those doors. Curiosity invites wonder, where perhaps fear would rest instead. Curiosity is the most helpful tool to have in your toolbox if you are going through times of change. As we've talked about many times in different ways throughout this in between series, the mind goes through a lot of resistance during times of personal growth. And it goes out of its way to keep us safe from something it can't see, it can't describe, it doesn't know. And this is why curiosity is one of the greatest skills that you can develop during times of change. Curiosity is like a wedge that pries open an area, whether it's resistance or fear, and breathes a little space into those constricted areas by replacing judgment with wonder, by replacing resistance with curiosity. That's why questioning is such a valuable skill to also develop during times of transformation. Questioning, not needing answers, but questioning from a place of curiosity. Now, again, it always comes in its perfect timing. It always comes when it's appropriate. What do I mean? If you're going through overwhelm or you just got some really serious news, if something just very intense and emotional just happened, that's not necessarily the moment where curiosity is going to come into play or is appropriate or is even something you think about. However, when the dust begins to settle, when the emergency or the crisis begins to calm itself down, that is the moment to employ curiosity and to ask those questions. I wonder why that happened. Geez, I wonder why this person isn't feeling like they're a match for me anymore. Wow, this person is telling me that they have a real problem with what I said and what I did. I wonder what that feedback might be trying to tell me. I wonder how that information might be trying to help me. It's also extremely helpful to be curious about other people. I wonder why they snapped at me like that. Gosh, I wonder what it was I might have said or done that made them get that angry. Was that something I brought to the experience? Did I maybe trigger something? Being curious is a profound tool, skill, and strategy to employ during times of change. It forces the mind, sometimes gently, other times forcefully, which is necessary sometimes when the mind won't give up, when it's like a dog on a bone. And no matter what you do, you can't shake your mind off of something. Oftentimes, it's curiosity that gets the job done. Sometimes, you bring curiosity in from the side, and all of a sudden your mind has no choice but to go, geez, oh, yeah, I wonder why. That's kind of interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Now you've got me wondering. Now I'm curious. When you're willing to replace your judgment, your mind's judgment about what it doesn't know, what it can't see, and all the ways that it pushes back against change, whether it's being imposed upon you or you want to initiate it. Initiating change is a sign of a healed person as it relates to their relationship to change. When you're living in the new design model, you've accepted your role as a co-creator of your life. You understand the role that your imagination plays in designing your new way, your new life, the new version of you. When you have truly shaken off the restrictions of the old design model, when you have stepped out of the programming, when you have jumped through the family unit as a source of identity and reality, and you start living in that field of infinite possibilities and potential, curiosity is your best friend. Curiosity will always lead you to the highest and best choice in that moment for yourself. Curiosity brings you out of your head and into your heart, out of your worry and into how you want to feel. When you match curiosity with those two core questions, how do I want to feel and what is mine to do? You are literally in active creation. And I don't know about you, but that feeling of being actively creating my everyday moment, sure, sometimes it freaks me out. I am in a massive time of change. I am in a field of infinite possibilities and potential like never before. And there is no instruction manual. No one's giving me a booklet that says, here, Camille, here are all the instructions you need for the new way. Just follow them like you did in the old design model, and you'll have everything that is promised. No. That's why the new design model isn't for everyone, but eventually it will be, whether by force or by active participation. And it's my hope that these videos are helping you become a more active participant in the co-creation of your new way. So remember, when in doubt, be curious. Thanks so much for watching.